In a social situation, suddenly farting loudly is one of the most embarrassing things that can happen. But don't worry, there are more euphemistic or mild ways to refer to it. Instead of saying fart, you can use terms like passing gas, releasing gas, breaking wind, or letting out a bit of air. If you want to sound more scientific, you could use flatulence, which means gas in the stomach and bowels. For instance, you might say, "I seem to be releasing a bit of flatulence." If you're experiencing an upset stomach and want to explain it delicately, you can say,
"I'm having a bit of a digestive issue. I seem to be producing a bit of gas. I'm experiencing some stomach discomfort."
Now, let's talk about those silent but deadly moments. Imagine you're in a crowded elevator and you've released an unpleasant odor. Someone comments, "What's that smell?" You have two main options: admitting it or staying silent. If you choose to stay silent, avoid eye contact and maybe look at your phone. This can prevent immediate embarrassment, but might leave everyone wondering. But if you're brave enough to admit it, especially if you fart loudly when alone with someone in a room or an elevator, denial is no longer an option. How can you respond? Here are some polite and apologetic ways. "Sorry, that was me. I didn't mean to release gas like that. My bad, I didn't mean to cause any discomfort by breaking wind." And if you have a sense of humor, you might try a more humorous and self-deprecating approach. "Looks like my lunch decided to make a reappearance. Apologies, everyone." "Well, that's embarrassing. Sorry about the smell." "Oops, that was me. Looks like I brought my own air freshener. Sorry about that." Needing to use the bathroom urgently, whether to poop or pee, can be quite embarrassing in social situations. But wait a minute, in formal settings, we can't just say poop or pee like a child. So, how can we say these things more gracefully? You can say,
Using the restroom. Going to the bathroom. Visiting the washroom. Using the facilities.
in this context, facilities refers to the restroom or bathroom. It's a polite and formal way to refer to the place where one goes to relieve themselves or use the toilet. It can also imply any amenities related to personal hygiene, such as sinks or hand dryers, that are found in the restroom. It's also common to hear people say,
Answering nature's call. Attending to personal needs. Taking care of business. Having a moment.
"So, how can we say we need to poop or pee urgently?" Here are some examples.
Excuse me, I need to use the restroom quickly. Could you please excuse me for a moment? Sorry, I've got to step away for a minute to use the facilities. I apologize, I really need to use the restroom urgently. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I need to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back shortly.
When you come back, your friend or colleague might ask, "Are you okay?" If you have diarrhea, how can you respond? Here are some polite and honest responses.
I'm not feeling great. My stomach is upset. I'm not feeling too well, dealing with a bit of diarrhea. I'm a bit under the weather, dealing with some stomach issues. I'm feeling a bit queasy.
Queasy means feeling like you want to vomit.
I'm feeling a bit off. My stomach has been acting up.
Here, acting up is a phrasal verb used to describe a part of the body not performing well. Accidentally calling someone by the wrong name can be particularly embarrassing, especially if it's someone you should know well. How can we smooth things over in such an awkward situation? First, apologize sincerely.
I'm so sorry about that.
Second, acknowledge the mistake.
My apologies for calling you.
Then, correct yourself.
I meant to say.
And then, explain when necessary.
I must have had a momentary lapse.
Here, lapse means a temporary failure. A momentary lapse means a failure to do something at a particular time. You can also say a memory lapse, which means you forget something suddenly. Finally, insure them.
I do know your name, and I apologize for the mix-up.
Now, let's put them all together.
I'm so sorry about that. My apologies for calling you John. I meant to say David. I must have had a momentary lapse. I do know your name, and I apologize for the mix-up.
Or you can simply say,
Oh, I apologize for that. I meant to say David. I must have mixed things up. Sorry.
Another common situation is forgetting someone's name right after an introduction. How can we politely and appropriately ask for their name again? You can express a lapse in memory gently,
I'm so sorry. I've had a momentary lapse. Could you remind me of your name?
or acknowledge the situation and ask kindly.
I'm terrible with names, and I can't seem to recall yours right now. Could you remind me? I apologize. My memory isn't the best today. Could you please remind me of your name?
We can also combine politeness with a gentle request.
I hope you don't mind, but could you remind me of your name? It slipped my mind.
Slip someone's mind is an idiom, meaning to be forgotten. Another way to say it is, it's on the tip of my tongue. Now, what if someone forgets or gets your name wrong? Here are some ways to politely and gently correct them. For example,
Hi Tim, Do you want some coffee?
Oh, actually my name is David. But yes, I'd love some coffee. Thank you. Looking for a humorous response? You can try this.
Hi Tim, do you want some coffee?
Tim must have left, but David would love some coffee. Thanks. We're wrapping up today's episode. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, and share buttons. Your support means a lot. See you in the next episode.